Lovely Monday evening to everyone. Welcome back to this channel. It is now Monday, the 10th of July. The year is 2023. It is now 5:23 in the evening. This is Saruno. I'm on a city street in which the city street may have some disruptions, such as a lot of loud vehicle noises, possibly people on foot, maybe a mixture of both, maybe music. So that's what happens when one, at least me, is on a city street that's quite populated. So there's no particular theme for this video. It's primarily just showing another facet, basically quote unquote van life, or one living in one's vehicle. As mentioned, today is Monday. This is the 10th of July. It is hot, in which I'm happy to know that I'm not one that complains about that. I'm just wanted to simply make preparations for that. However, preparations as far as an air conditioner has not been accomplished. Perhaps maybe before the summer is ended, that may be accomplished. But for now, since I'm unsure, I'm just simply using the method of keeping the rolling condo from having a lot of moisture or condensation. And so showing this, if you're able to see, these are containers with salt cubes in it. They're salt cubes that can be used for roads to keep them defrosted of ice and snow. This is actually damp red that came inside of it, which is inside, but I don't depend on damp red. I rather depend on, I just wanted to use the containers primarily since they have the holes on top of the lid, allowing the moisture to get inside to be trapped, and those stones that the damp red is contained inside this container turns yellow once it is absorbed, once it absorbs moisture. However, the larger cubes, if that's within your sight, is salt cubes, and the salt cubes is a hardware store find. For me, they came from Home Depot, and it's smart to collect those because then that just may be a way of keeping moisture out the air for your home as well too. So I made supper. So this is vegetables and vegetables, rice with extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil. It's not to necessarily really get into too much about it, but it's simply just showing another facet of my lifestyle. So I've had it cooking for approximately 40 minutes, because usually it takes 20 minutes, but I think because we're using a solar generator inverter, plus I didn't boil the water first. Usually the water is boiled first, and then it allows me to make it for 20 minutes. So I'm thinking that this supper took longer because of the water not being boiled first. And which, as mentioned, you're looking at vegetables with broccoli, snap peas. I think they're called water walnuts, and forgive the inaccuracy. There are sliced carrots in there, and there's a mixture of rices, so it's brown rice, white rice in there, and there's other choices in there. I just wanted to simply just show, and as mentioned, it's got the avocado and olive oil in there, which is gives it a lovely broth. And I will say this because I had a buddy that said that this tastes just like butter, and I stated that butter tastes like it, because butter is a man-made product, but avocado and olive oil is naturally made. So this came first before man's invention or modifying of God's creation out here. So so this don't taste like butter. Butter tastes like it. Oh, celery is in there as well too, and red and orange bell peppers. String beans. I won't, in essence, annoy you all with doing this often as far as showing meal preparation. It will just happen to be on a humble. And I just feel use this moment to inspire this filming another facet of the lifestyle. And this is what is used to make supper, which is a Echo Flow, and this is a Delta 1800. It doesn't mean that it's 1800 watts. It just means that, well, let me get this correct. Oh, I'm gonna have to make sure what I want to share. But this is an Echo Flow Delta, and this is not the. This is the original one. Generation 2 though, because the generation 1 was discontinued, and then this, which looks exactly the same, but I think there was maybe some modifications done to make it a better product. So this is generation 2. There's a generation 3 at the time of this video, and they may call it a different name, Delta Mini, I'm not sure, Delta Max, I'm not sure what is the correct names, because I haven't followed it as such to be a customer, so I'm not as educated as I was when I made this investment. And this is the lit screen, which shows, well, it would show if it was on, how much percentage left for how many hours. But if something was plugged in, those numbers would be decreased. With the selection that has all the zeros, the zeros will show what is plugged in, how many watts does it accept, meaning it will show, it will register how many watts is being drawn from this device here to keep it operational. So, but because the cooker is on, surprisingly, it doesn't have a number that registered that it's on. But I guess maybe it's because, I don't know. I really don't have an answer for that. But it is on, surprisingly, that it's not showing some sort of number. Plus the cool box has a red light and a jet light next to it. That cool box is on. So I don't know why it's not registering as such. But if the compressor, as the cool box is on, then the cool box will have a noise, a hum of some sort, and it will likely register that is on. So maybe it's just on a break at the moment, but the cool box is plugged in, and I'm gonna try to make this committed to being plugged in, to keeping this going and making it available. Well, I just said it in backwards, but keep this charged to keep this dedicated powered, perhaps to be able to have a daily use, if need be, of this pasta cooker. And as mentioned in the previous video, that propane tank in the back, as well as that propane 2-burner cooker, that is also the other option to make supper. During the tour in this area, that styrofoam is to this solar generator, just in case if one is curious about what one sees. But there was a air cooker there, in which that air cooker was removed because of how much power it needed to operate. And so I made supper the other night, and the solar generator here did complete the supper, but it was out of power once it completed the supper being made. And so that caused me to remove that from this rolling condo until there's a better option or the best option to be able to keep these appliances powered, or maybe to find an appliance that doesn't require power. So so that's what's missing from this countertop. So I'm going to now turn the camera to myself. So the last video that was recorded was about self-defense items. Just to help people go in some sort of sequential chronological order about what videos that one may have saw or didn't know about. So this is just a way to help reference that. But just a peaceful, magnificent Monday evening in which there is no, like I said, there's no theme of this. This is primarily just giving you a peek into this facet of lifestyle. It may inspire to get a person going to do it, or maybe even extend a person's thought or knowledge or ideas on those that existently do it. I'll show the outside just so one can see, and then this also serve for memory for me too. So this is across from a park, a public park. So prayerfully that you are interested to be in contact. As mentioned, one can communicate their suggestions, their thoughts, their questions, their complaints. Just simply whatever your mind wants to communicate about. We can vibe and learn if there's any growth to what we're talking about, and go from there. So anyway, well, I'll likely make another video, perhaps maybe with some actual content that one can benefit from, or potentially. And meanwhile, just have a magnificent Monday. Everyone, please have harmony with yourselves and those that you love and care about, and also those that you haven't met yet. When you do meet them, try to have harmony with them, opposed to having doubt and or rage. So, lovely Monday. Today is July the 10th. Ciao for now. Hasta luego.